There is something strangely refreshing about picking up a pair of wired earbuds that just refuse to follow the modern trend of stuffing everything into a silicone seal. These Audio-Technica buds have a certain charm that you just don't see much anymore. Right out of the box, the first thing that hits you is the build quality. They are crafted from shaved aluminum, which makes them feel surprisingly light in the hand, yet they have that solid, premium density that plastic just can't replicate. It is a nice change of pace from the usual lightweight gear that feels like it might snap if you look at it the wrong way. Now, the design here is interesting because of that resonance duct structure. Usually, with this style of earbud, you expect the bass to be a bit thin or hollow, but these actually manage to push out a decent amount of low-end punch. It is not going to rattle your skull like a pair of over-ear studio cans, but for a 15.4mm driver, the sound is surprisingly thick and well-rounded. The mid-range is where these really find their footing, though. Vocals come through with a clarity that feels crisp without being harsh, which is a tough balance to strike. What stands out, though, is the attention to the little things. The bushing uses this flexible elastomer material, and there is a clever crank treatment on the cable entry point. It sounds like a minor technical detail, but it actually does a great job of keeping the buds seated properly in the ear. You aren't constantly reaching up to adjust them because they shifted while you were walking. It is a small touch, but it makes a world of difference during a long commute. The cable setup is a bit of a throwback too. It comes as a 0.6-meter cord with an additional 0.6-meter extension. Honestly, that is a bit of a double-edged sword. It is great if you want to keep your phone in a shirt pocket or use them with a dedicated player, but if you are just plugging into a laptop, you are stuck with that extra connection point. It is not a deal-breaker, but it is definitely something you have to get used to. At least the cable itself is designed to stay tangle-free, which saves you from the usual 5-minute untangling ritual every time you pull them out of the included leatherette pouch. Speaking of that pouch, it is a nice touch. It has a divider inside, so you aren't just throwing your gear into a dark hole where everything gets scratched up. It feels like a thoughtful addition for someone who actually cares about keeping their tech in good shape. If there is a downside, it is the nature of the fit. Because these aren't sealing your ear canal like modern in-ear monitors, you are going to get some ambient noise leaking in. If you are looking for total isolation on a noisy subway, these aren't going to be your first choice. But if you prefer that open, airy soundscape, where you can still hear a bit of the world around you, they are fantastic. They aren't trying to be the latest high-tech gadget with a dozen features you will never use. They are just a solid, well-engineered pair of earbuds that focus on doing one thing, delivering clear, balanced audio. And they do it with a level of craftsmanship that is getting harder to find. If you appreciate a classic design that prioritizes comfort and natural sound over gimmicks, these are definitely worth a look.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.